Hi, I'm Pam Cureton, the dietitian with the Center for Celiac Research and Treatment, here with Dr. Fasano. We're going to be talking about some clinic questions that come up frequently during our clinics. And today we're going to talk about the recent news article on the Pope's comment on communion wafers. So, you've been quoted many times, Dr. Fasano, in the press. So, I'd like to get your explanation of what the Pope is saying and how that affects our patients in communion.
Well, the Pope is not saying anything new that was not already stated almost, 13 years ago when the FALPA for the food labeling bill was in the process. At that time, it was very clear the position of Vatican that did not change with this new statement that Pope Francis made up recently that, in order to be valid, the wafer has to contain water and wheat and nothing else. That was true in 2004, it's true in 2017. So all the commotion that we've seen in the news and the media is due to the fact that probably there are some people that they are not aware that this was an issue that was already visited in 2004 and was clarified that provided there is some form of wheat in the wafers, no matter how much, that will be valid for communion. And that's the reason why the Benedictine nuns produce these wafers that has 10 parts per million, and they're safe. So that definitely you have to be extremely religious to be over the threshold. In other words, you have to take hundreds of those to be in trouble. So nothing has changed.
And I think what he was addressing was the use of gluten-free breads. And what he's saying is you can't substitute a gluten-free bread for the communion host. As Dr. Fasano said, the canon law is very clear that it can only be wheat and water. So you can't substitute a rice cracker or any other gluten-free bread in place of that communion host. So he's just clarifying that statement. So again, the wafers that the Benedictine sisters, when they first started producing them in 2004, they were 100 parts per million. But in a recent letter that they sent out on this subject, they have retested their wafers and they are less than 10 parts per million. So completely safe for those with celiac disease to take communion. You start.
No.
You start.
No. This is something that they approve that you start. That's fine. Yeah.